All right, good morning everyone. We're gonna have a lot of fun here today. So what we're gonna be focusing on today is a beautiful routine that I've got together. It's 12 movements, and basically we're gonna do 1 minute each. And at the end of that 1 minute, well, then we're gonna switch to the next movement. This I recommend doing twice a day. You could do it at 2 different times of the day, and let's get it started, okay? So exercise number 1 here we're gonna go with is running. So here, start as lightly as possible. I start light. I could run the distance outside of my mat to outside of my mat, okay? Breathe, inhale and exhale. And this is done from a dead warm-up point. You didn't really get to warm up prior to this, right? And this is to encourage people that are training at home. See, I'm getting to run, I don't need a racetrack. I just need to understand how to leverage the stuff that are already around me and turn them into what I need to stay in shape. Right now, I'm trying to feel my body warming up. So I'm gonna go for 3 more here. I really want to do just 1 minute, but my time is giving me a problem. So we're gonna be good. We're gonna assume 1 minute. And last one, and back. This is good because it's enabling me to stay with my body. Next exercise that we're gonna do here is my mobility twist. So this is where I want to make sure that I could feel the ground turning with my foot. So my foot's turning and I could feel the ground. And I could feel my hips pivoting from this rotation. Feeling the rotation of my hips through the floor. And then I want to feel my core getting involved. And I want to make sure that my core is one piece here. And I really get to turn into something that could be a lunge, turn into something that could be a lunge. I want to see that connection. So I'm going from one side to the other side. And breathe. And try to feel your core, your posture, your breath. You want to feel the floor. You want to feel a flow in your movement. And you just want this to be a natural, healthy turn. I feel natural. It feels good to be able to move my body this way. The body loves this. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Great mobility twist. The next one we're going to do is core mobility. This is when I want my spine to be able to move in another direction. So we're going to go in this direction right now. We're going to be allowing our shoulder blades to stay a little bit back, the chin pushed back. So I have this straight spine. I bend my legs a bit, and I'm going to let go of my back. And then I'm going to re-bring my shoulder blades together and come back up, but I'm gonna put both of my fists behind my hips and squeeze my abs here. This enables me to kind of stretch my abs in contraction in one way of my back, and then I'm allowing my spine to bend in the other direction. See, this is the maximum of a good posture, and then I can let go of that posture to go get that extra deep stretch. When I get that extra deep stretch, everything's relaxed. One more time at the top. Allowing myself to come up. I just put my fist behind so I have a leverage point of where to squeeze my abdominals as they stretch. And last time forward. So this is good to explore the safe range of your back so that when you are in activities where all of your attention is not always on yourself, that you have a good habit of keeping your spine safe, and the spine can alert you if it needs more warming up. Next thing we're going to practice right now is the range of my squat mobility. Okay, so there's no problem. So here, I still need to want to use this wide stance here that I used to do my rotation. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to allow myself to do 2 things. People usually have all their weights going forward with their knees. I don't want that, okay? I want to be able to push back my hips, and then from here, I choose to come down. So there's a balance point to my squat. So push back, like as if you're like you were bent forward, and then you start bending your legs. And you see, I could stay on my heels. I don't need the front of my feet, and back up. So I'm gonna try doing this with a better posture. I'm like Superman, poof, I got my hips pushed back, but I'm still trying to keep that good posture. Coming down and back up. So you see what happened? I got pushed back here. My feet are wide open, and I'm allowing my hips to move back as I come down. The danger here is when I let go of my abs and I go down in my squat. I want my abs to stay tight, like what we just practiced standing up. I have to make sure that my abs, my back muscles work together when I'm doing my squat, because usually I'm gonna have weights here, I'm gonna be jumping, you get it? And this is a great thing for your posture and your breath. you find a nice comfortable spot and back up. So this was to really work on the mobility of the squat. Next, we're going to be working on some other things, so stay tuned. Next thing we're going to do is the plank to push up. So my next movement here, plank to push up, is very simple. I just need to make sure that my wrist could handle it and my elbows won't get injured. I'm trying to keep my arms right here to the side of my body as if I was holding 2 drinks. I'm not going to go super wide. I could go an inch wider, but that's about it. I want to stay in this range here where I could really utilize my triceps and my pecs properly and not overdo the tension that could go on my elbow. So here I'm going to practice with a straight plank. I'm squeezing my abs and I'm pushing back my neck while pushing back my chin. And as I'm coming down, I'm testing my back strength. I feel my upper back muscles and back up. Feel your abs, feel your upper back muscles, and back up. Let's go. So I have my plank, and I could just stay here and squeeze my abs, but I inhale and back up. And I could readjust myself and see, could I be more comfortable at the bottom? Where are the muscles that are involved when I'm here? And how do they feel when I stay down longer? I want to be able to respond to the reactions of my muscle mass. This is tough. Okay, breathe. Okay, good, and back up. What if we went a little bit lower, less low this time? Less low. Oh, right here, and back up. And it's just to see how I bend myself out of shape when there's a lot of resistance, whether it's mental, emotional, physical. Do I allow my neck to bend itself out of shape? Do I lose my breath? And do I lose the core involvement when I'm doing a push-up? All right, good, my arms are warmed up. Next thing we're gonna do, Superman, okay? So Superman here, what I wanna practice is that from that same position, I wanna be able to squeeze my upper back and squeeze my butt muscles together. And I wanna breathe, relax, and as if I couldn't let my feet and my hands touch the floor. I wanna feel all the muscles that are involved here, but I wanna feel at ease as I'm doing this. So there is tension, and I wanna pay attention to it. How does it feel in my body? What am I telling myself about this? And can I just be at peace and observe what's going on in my body? My mind. What do my feelings think about this? I don't want to suck them up. And back down. This is really good because in the future, you could practice pushing yourself up and stretching. We're going to do 2 more. Pushing yourself up. And being able to work your back and to go really well together. Okay, that's it. The next movement we're going to do is going to be on the floor, and what we're going to practice doing is liberating tension that could build up in our back. So this is a tune-up class for mobility, and what I'm going to do here is very simple. I'm going to allow my right leg to go over as if it was trying to go to the floor, touch, and then my face, I'm going to look the other way and bring my hand, the outside of my hand on the floor. And I relax. I try to feel the stretch that I could feel in my core muscles. I want to feel the vulnerability of my back, but ensure myself that it's safe, and then we'll go to the other side. So from here, left leg goes over. I want my toe to touch. Once my toe touches the floor, I'm good. I could look back and try to bring my hand to the floor. Relax. Relax. Never force it. Listen to your comfortable limit. Play with your comfortable limit. Observe and get to know it. Perfect. And back up. Great. So now there's other stuff we're going to work. Number 1 of them is going to be the power strikes forward. So now we worked our mobility. Now it's time to start applying it. So my power strike forward, we're just going to use a step. My left step, let's say, that I would use when I go do a lunge. But this time, I'm gonna allow myself to come down just a little bit, but to push this rotation to get my shoulder to bring more power into my punch. So step and rotate as if you want to push someone. So this practice pushing someone. You have 1 chance to push someone. I step and I rotate my hips to push. So I stand down and push. 1 more. And You want to feel it as one movement. Now let's try the other side 4 times. Careful and push. Careful and push. Careful and push. One more. Careful and push. Now let's alternate them. Right. And you just want to feel the flow here. You want to feel yourself grounded, and I could push anything. One more. Great. Okay, that was fun. Next time we're going to practice is when we're done this movement, going with my right hand, I'm done pushing, I can let my hand continue its travel, stand up with the other foot, and respond. Okay, as if you're going with a back and you're still moving forward. You went for your first strike, you push, you miss the person, but now you're gonna step forward and release your hand. Okay, I'm gonna do it too, facing the camera. So I wanna push and then 2. It's just to practice your arm doing that, because you could use it to push away someone's hand also. Okay, you went to try to grab you took a step forward, and no, as if you're slapping something out of someone's hand. You just want to practice to be able to do that. So with my other hand now, I come down to push, I let that hand continue as if I was going to grab something, I take my step out. Okay, it's just a sequence of moves, and it feels beautiful when you got this. So 1, and then I take my step, 2. Let's switch every time. Okay, 1, 2. 1, 2. One more each side. 1. See, just practice the step, release without hyperextending the elbow. One more time. And where you feel nice, solid, and grounded. Beautiful. Now we're going to do something that's even more beautiful. We're going to try recycling this. So 1, 2, see, when I take my step, 2, and then I'm going to go it over my head and down. Okay, so 1, 2, and then over the head. Okay, diagonal down. So I'm going to do it facing this way. You ready? Alex? No, Alex, you got to stay on the chair. Sorry, my cat's trying to run away again. He almost did it. It's too strong. Okay, ready everyone? All right, let's do it. So here I am all relaxed. Right hand. Let's try to go with a right stab. Stab. Okay? Good. Now, I take my step and out. Good. I want to do an even bigger step and down. Okay? As if you want to give the biggest high five to someone. My hand's coming down here. Like as if I want to slap someone in the face. You just want to learn how to recycle that energy. Okay? So here I am. 1. Store away that sword. Take that step to go into it. Then, I spat by accident, I allow myself to take another step forward and strike down. As if you're going to throw a ball as far away as possible. You could see it that way. So let's do it here. Ready? So, stab, grab that sword, slash, bring that sword above your head, slash down. Okay? All right, left hand. All right, so stab, put away your sword, take that step, slash, take that hand above your head, come down with it. And when it comes down to me, it comes right outside of my leg. One more. 1, store that sword, 2, and then 3. Beautiful, I loved it. This time, instead of my hand going outside, my hand went right inside of my leg like a karate chop. Listen to your body's natural vibe. That was my natural vibe. So I stabbed in, put that away. And then above my head, this time I went to the outside. So I don't want to try to force something. I just want to listen to what makes sense in my head, and am I doing it when my time's up? So we call that clutch, your clutch ability to pull yourself together, your knowledge, and what you practice when it matters the most. Now let's go with a variation of it to finish off for today. So here I am. I'm going to send my right punch. Boom. Then I'm going to turn into a hammer across your face. Then that hammer right here, right under my palm. and straight down. Left hand, straight. Turn this into a hammer. Across the head, hammer in the face. Beautiful. I could hit with the front of my fist, or I could hit with behind. So that was our little session for today. I hope you found it fun. And do you exaggerate your movements? Do you feel weird things in your shoulder when you're doing these exercises? You really want to pay attention to that, because you don't want to find yourself in your fun ruining your fun in the future. Be very mindful. Never force your body too much. Listen to what it's trying to do based on what you understand from your exercise. So there's always this encouragement to understand what you're doing. And then, is that what's really happening? Can you observe that happening in real time when it matters? And when you're up to the plate, like in baseball, when it's your time to bat, are you ready to pull what you know into what you can do? Can you feel the difference? And that's what I encourage you to keep yourself motivated with the next level of physical activity. You understand that every physical activity is out there is like a language that you could learn, but it enables you to understand the language of your body. Take care, everyone, and have an amazing day. Take care.